Jump Force is a new game that came out that's basically just an anime fanfic wet dream. You take a bunch of anime characters, they put them in here to fight each other in just one absolute mess of a game. But what I want to talk about is the cutscenes or the animation in the story mode of this game. I'm about 5 hours in and it's a pretty stinky game, so I don't know if I'm going to finish it. So I went and I watched all the cutscenes for the most part. And this is just a special kind of bad. This is like worse than B-movie bad. This is like some Sega Dreamcast level animation shit in their cutscenes. So in the story mode, you create your own anime superhero to represent Earth and our reality. So naturally, I chose Riley Reid-chan to represent the best of our species. Let's watch a few of these cutscenes now. This whole game just looks like a child playing with action figures of their favorite anime characters. Undoubtedly, the first thing you noticed was the Go-Go Gadget Extendo neck from Riley Reid-chan during the beginning of the cutscene. It just looked fucking disgusting. Now, I don't understand why they'd even bother making cutscenes like this. Honestly, just tell it through text if this is going to be the level of shit they deliver. And this is every cutscene. It's a bunch of characters barely moving, emoting, and their facial expressions don't change. It's like every character suffers from very severe Bell's palsy. It's like they just took pictures of the characters' faces and glued them on here and then tried their best to Photoshop it into moving around a little bit. I also really don't understand why every character is so goddamn shiny. It looks like they're all super greasy or lubed up with Astroglide, just fucking bathed in some Astroglide before going on their missions in the game. It just looks odd. Also, I was streaming this game at twitch.tv/moistcritical and forgot to turn the border off for the first part of that cutscene, so my apologies there. I'm not going to show any more of these exposition cutscenes. This one represents all of them pretty well, and this is the majority of the game. Cutscenes like this that look like a Second Life music video that was set to Evanescence's Bring Me to Life. I'm not this far in the game, so I took this and the next cutscene from a channel called MK Ice and Fire, and as you can see, this shit makes Mass Effect Andromeda look like cutting-edge animation. But I do like this cutscene a lot because the villain right there with that little slight grin makes him look like a child who got into the cookie jar when his parents weren't looking and they never found out, so now he's smiling menacingly, celebrating his evil deeds. Yeah, that cutscene about sums it up right there. Frieza fucking T-posing out of there, basically. Didn't even bother to change him from the standing position. He's like a puppet, and the puppeteer just lifted him straight up out of the cutscene. But, I mean, really, I don't need to show more cutscenes to show you how bad the animation is here. And this is a $60 game. And the game's not supposed to be this profound story or anything like that. It's just supposed to be a mindlessly fun arena fighter. But why have a story mode like this in the first place? Why even bother at that point? Why not just chop the price in half and give a good arena fighting game instead of a half-baked story with no effort put into it at all, clearly? This is truly the worst animation I've seen in a AAA game in at least a decade, so hats off to the Jump Force team. This whole game really feels like just a cash grab capitalizing on weebs, which is a shame because I like games like this that just take a bunch of fun shit and put it into one game, like one goofy over-the-top game. But this one doesn't feel like it has any effort into it at all. It just feels like a cash grab on weeb culture. This is basically the fucking Tommy Wiseau of video games. This is the Room of the video game medium. That's it. See ya.